On this week's Rebel Report, we get to see what new players the men's basketball team score for its upcoming season. We also catch up with both the men's and women's tennis team to find out how they did at the Mountain West Championship. And then we'll meet the newest member of the UNLV football team. We will also get an inside look at what goes into production of every home game. All this and more coming to you right now. Welcome back to the last episode of Season 3 of the Rebel Report. I'm your host, Luis Negrete.
And I'm Cassie SOTO. We are so glad that you guys could join us for our season finale and appreciate your support of KCLV and the city of Las Vegas this past year. We have an exciting show for you. We'll introduce you to Thaddeus Thatcher, the newest Rebel on the football team, and catch you up on what happened during UNLV Palm and Rebel girls and boys tryouts.
We'll also have a special guest joining us for this week's Rebel Report Timeout. But for now, let's talk about some UNLV basketball, since it's been a while since we heard from them.
Yeah, definitely. It looks like the Runnin Rebs hit the jackpot as they welcome the newest recruiting class for next season.
In a short period of time, UNLV was able to move up the rankings to have the best recruiting class in the Mountain West. And I got the chance to talk to Coach Menzies about it.
Real McCoy. We landed, I'm sure that won't be the first time we hear that, but we landed Brandon McCoy.
Just before the end of April, Marvin Menzies broke out the news regarding the new recruiting class for the 2017 season. With Brandon McCoy headlining this year's class, Menzies was able to secure 5 other players. Brandon McCoy, a 6'11" McDonald's All-American forward and the 15th ranked player in 2017 according to ESPN, will be the biggest name in the Mountain West next season, helping the Rebels with scoring, rebounding, and blocks, as he averaged 28.6 points and 2.6 rebounds alongside 5.3 blocks as a senior.
Greatest thing about Brandon is that he just wants to go to work. He doesn't care if he leaves after this year, next year. He's not 1 foot in, 1 foot out the door. He is here to help the Rebels win. That became clear and evident to me throughout our journey together.
Another recruit to keep our eye on is Amari Hardy, a 6'2" guard out of Detroit ranked as the number 22 point guard in 2017, according to ESPN. Hardy averaged 29 points as a senior.
It was an automatic fit, great chemistry with the guys. There was no question that there was just a great comfort level. And you talk about that when you encourage your high school, your junior college players and to go on and look for a fit, look for a comfort level, look for the interaction with the other players and the staff. And it was just all very natural.
Aside from McCoy and Hardy, Anthony Smith, Turbell Beck, Shakur Juston, and Mbake Young joined the roster for 2017, making this a top 12 recruiting class for UNLV next season. Brandon McCoy is UNLV's highest recruit since the 2015-2016 season, and the only McDonald's All-American in Mountain West for 2017.
Great. Exciting to see what the Rebels are going to put on next season. But for now, we've got a couple of tournaments to discuss. The top-seeded UNLV women's tennis squad hosted this year's Mountain West Championships. Last year, they took home the title. This year, expectations are to win it again. Pamela Ross gets a closer look on how it all turned out this season.
The pressure is on as UNLV's women's tennis competes in the Mountain West Finals here at the FERTITTA Tennis Complex. The Rebels started the tournament strong by beating the Utah State Aggies on Friday, April 28th. Rebels leads in the doubles match 1-0, winning both courts 1-3. Then for singles play, victories on courts 3 through 5 by UNLV kept them up in the game, leading 3-0. Paula Artiga made the winning point for UNLV by beating Sabrina Dermarath on court 5. We spoke with Paula on some of the challenges the team faced during the game.
Kind of hard to play in the wind because sometimes you don't have any power on the ball, it's hard, but everybody played good today, so I'm happy, yeah.
UNLV wins Saturday semifinals against the 4th-seeded Wyoming Cowgirls. Then we spoke with Coach Corey on the pressure of coming out on top in the finals.
Well, you always have a target on your back when you're the number 1 seed, but we wouldn't want it any other way. You know, we want to be the number 1 seed. We want to be expected to win, and you know, that's our goal every year going in. Players make you look good. You know, they're the ones out there doing the work. So, you know, but we got a good team, and we like where we're at right now.
Now for the final game on Sunday, UNLV takes the San Jose State Spartans for the championship title. Although it was close on court 2, the Spartans pulled through to win the point for the doubles match 7-5. In singles play for the title, UNLV's positions 2, 4, and 5 wins first set, but the Spartans takes the win on court 6, ending the season with winning their first ever Mountain West championship with 14-8 overall. Although UNLV didn't take the championship this time around, next season will be a chance for a comeback. For the Rebel Report, I'm Pamela Ross.
Now after this Mountain West series, Coach Corey hit a high of 300 to 144 victories in his career at UNLV and 32-12 overall in the Mountain West tournament. The men's team also made a run in the Mountain West tournament to the finals, also looking for a second title in a row, but fell to Utah State in the championship match.
Now we're switching things up to talk about the Raiders. A major event on April 29 was the first official event for the Raiders in Las Vegas.
ARLYNDA GREGORY joins us live in studio to explain how the team revealed its picks on the last day of the NFL draft. ARLYNDA?
A couple hundred fans came out to the Welcome to Las Vegas sign and gathered together as they welcomed 5 new players to the Raiders. The Raiders celebrated their Day 3 draft pick in front of the iconic Welcome to Las Vegas sign that took place on Saturday, April 29th. This was a long-awaited event, and Clark County Commission Chair Steve Sisolak expressed how the Raiders Foundation and community have been so welcoming.
I mean, you see what's going on behind me. We've been working with the Raiders for 3 weeks on making this happen, this day come true. There is not a better partner to work with than the Raiders organization in terms of coordinating this activity. The community has embraced this with open arms. Everybody is so excited.
This draft party was an exciting day for the Raiders fans in Las Vegas as they got to join the excitement at the first public event held for the Raiders since the move was announced at the owners' meeting in March. Akbar Bahabamilla, who was former Raiders player and American Ninja Warrior co-host, expressed his excitement for the move to Las Vegas.
You know, this is, like I like to say, is big time, prime time, showtime, all time, good time. This is big for the Oakland Raiders. I think when you think about, you know, obviously the entertainment capital, you bring this element into it, and now you have sports entertainment capital of the world right here. People come to Las Vegas regardless, and now you have the Oakland Raiders. I'm not quite sure Las Vegas know what Raider Nation mean, because when you see a sea of silver and black coming to the city, it may look like a blackout, but don't worry. Las Vegas won't lose their lights. You know, we're full of life and full of light.
After a few hours of waiting at the draft party, the Raiders' first player was announced by Nevada Governor Brian Sandoval, building up more excitement and anticipation for the Raiders to become official in 2020.
The Oakland Raiders select David Sharp.
This is the first public event for the Raiders, but most definitely not the last. We are all excited to see what else the Raiders are going to bring to Vegas. Back to you guys at the desk.
Thanks, ARLYNDA. That sure is exciting, and I can't wait to see all the events the Raiders are going to bring to the fans to become part of Raider Nation.
Definitely. And like fine wine, these football fans are only getting better with age. I was able to attend a Raiders welcome event like no other.
Welcome to Las Vegas, we got your back.
The Silver and Black have a few fans who are Silver Foxes. A local Nifty After 50 held a Raiders welcome party to show their excitement for the team's move to Las Vegas, many sporting the team's colors with pride. Tailgating wasn't exactly on the schedule of events. Instead, the seniors played no fall volleyball, something they do often to keep healthy and active.
Well, Nifty After 50, we're a senior exercise program. It's good for exercise for strength building. It's good for socialization, as you can see here, because unfortunately when you get older, the social circle declines. So we do a lot of programs here for the socialization as well. Yeah, it's very important to keep up your strength and exercise. Socialization is also important. We have volleyball, we have different exercise classes, we have movies, we have potlucks, we have game days.
It's helped wonderfully. At one time, if I dropped something, it took me 20 minutes to pick it up. Now it takes me 10. You know, you become agile, your muscles are working, and it's wonderful.
A lifelong Raider fan herself, Pat Burton can't wait for the team to arrive.
I made a chant.
Can we hear it?
Okay. Yes, you can.
Let's hear it.
Okay. Raiders, Raiders, silver and black. Welcome to Las Vegas. We got your back. Yay! I was totally ecstatic. It was wonderful. I can't wait till the games come, and it's going to be hectic in the beginning. I know it's going to be a lot of traffic because when something new starts, it's a little different. But once it's here and it gets going and we get those discount senior tickets, it will be good. It will be great.
The Nifty After 50 crew says they plan to hold more events like this, especially once the team comes to town. And hopefully by then, they'll have another chant or two. For the Rebel Report, I'm Cassie SOTO.
Well, the excitement of the Raiders coming to Las Vegas got a whole lot bigger this week as the team announced they closed the deal on a stadium site here in town. We now know that the Raiders Las Vegas Stadium will be built on the 62 acres near the I-15 and Russell Road, the team signing a check of $77.5 million for the site.
It's draft day, and children who have been diagnosed with chronic illnesses can now live their dream and play the sport they love with the help of the UNLV Football program, who has affiliated themselves with a nonprofit organization that inspires young children with life-alarming disabilities and disorders.
Team Impact has encouraged young adolescents like Thaddeus Thatcher that living life to the fullest is most important because it only happens once. This foundation has brought a shining light to children throughout the community by coordinating young athletes with local college athletics, making them feel like a player on the team.
Thaddeus, what number do you want to wear?
Thaddeus Thatcher was diagnosed with leukemia in 2014. The doctors located a tumor in his nose, followed by a tumor in his chest.
Really, it's, creating some familiarity so he comes in and he's not nervous being around the program. And we want to continue this throughout the entire season just to, again, have him be a part of our team and to know that he's got an extended family.
UNLV football players even attended the conference to support Thaddeus in his new adventure and applauded him on his draft day.
Like he was saying, his troubles are so much bigger than ours. We can't really complain. We can go in and day out and actually play the sport we love. But for him to be battling cancer and still, be as bright and as excited as he is day in and day out to go to school and, to be able to play sports and continue his life is good.
Well, no further ado, you ready to sign this letter? All right. It's a big commitment, buddy. Go ahead and sign right there.
Thaddeus is currently in remission, but still struggles to go to school and continue his path. His passion for sports has driven him to play while taking chemotherapy treatments.
All right, now all we got to do is put this lid on top of you and you're officially a rebel. Got
it? It's hard as a father, anybody who's a father, you hate to see your kids suffer. You'd much rather it be you. And to watch how strong he is, it's hard. I mean, even like emotionally, it's hard to see how he gets up every day and he puts a smile on his face and he just wants to do things. He just wants to be like he was before diagnosis. He wants to go play sports. He wants to get up and do everything. And you see he'll go throw up and he'll get back up and go play basketball.
You can catch him running around the practice field this fall, and he might just win that quarterback battle.
Well, with the last couple of matches before the softball season officially ends, the Rebel Report's Chelsea Garcia takes us behind the scene to set up a softball field.
We're getting an inside look on how a softball field is prepped and the guys who are behind it.
Not a lot of people know this, but the people behind what makes a game perfect is game operations. They're the ones who make sure that a field is in optimal condition right before a big game. Here to talk us through what makes a perfect softball field is Mike Taliaferri.
So for softball, we first have to make sure we drag the field with this little drag right here. We have to water the field before we drag so the dust doesn't go everywhere. And once we get that set up, we have the paint machine that we get that set up with all the paint. And then we have to paint all the lines. And as we get the lines painted, we have to make sure that that's all watered down. If not, then the paint doesn't stick to the dirt, just kind of flies everywhere. Then we have a template for the batter's box and the catcher's box right there in home field. And we have a coach's box and the batting circle, and then we have to do the pitching circle as well. It's kind of easy little setup, not much to it, but the field needs to make sure it's real watered down for them to play. Make sure it's real smooth so there's no terrible bounces.
Game Ops does the majority of the behind-the-scenes work at all UNLV athletic events. So if you've been to a UNLV game, you've seen their handiwork.
A lot of that behind-the-work stuff that no one really sees until the game's all ready to go and everything's set up.
Game Ops employs a lot of students for a look into how athletics is run and for some fun too.
Game Ops is a lot like that day at summer camp where your parents forgot to pick you up and you're kind of just sitting around waiting for them, but there's no parents here.
It's eventful, it's fun. I've met a lot of new people and it gets paid, so it's fun.
The next time you go to a game, make sure to appreciate all the little things that go into making it great. For the Rebel Report, I'm Chelsea Garcia.
The UNLV Game Ops recently had a friendly staff matchup against UNLV Equipment, where Game Ops barely managed to scrap up a win at 62-61.
The nationally ranked Rebel Girls of UNLV is a name Runnin Rebel fans are very familiar with. The Rebel Girls look for new talent at the end of every school year, but this year the Rebel Girls are looking to add some boys to the roster.
In 2016, the Rebel Girls took first place at the UDA College Nationals in Florida, and Marcia de Castroverde is the one who led them to victory. And she hopes she can do the same with UNLV's new all-male dance team, the Rebel Company.
I've had it in my mind for a few years, and I thought it'd just be so fun. And I think being in Vegas and our fans are just so great and accepting of like new and innovative things, and that's something my program has always kind of done, things that are innovative and different. And I thought, why not? There's so many male dancers, there's so many high schools with male crews, there's so many industry people here.
The Rebel Girls are just as excited for the new team. Sarah Simpson is going to be a senior for next season and thinks adding guys will only make the Rebel Girls more successful.
They're super talented. The guys I've seen so far at the tryouts are just, super talented, super positive. So I'm excited to add boys for sure, and I think that they're gonna raise our team level higher and that we're gonna do great in competition because of it. So.
Although there are many Vegas Valley high schools with male and female competitive dance teams, there has never been a place for male dancers at the collegiate level. Jeremiah Williams is an incoming freshman who hopes to be a part of the company.
As a dancer, I always love dancing and having that energy of other great dancers, and I also love the energy of the crowd. So when I heard that the Rebel Girls needed some guys to come try out, it was already my instinct to come out and try out.
Although practice for the dancers won't start until the middle of August, this coming up competition season, the Rebel Girls and the Rebel Company hopes to compete in 3 collegiate competitions, including World of Dance. For the Rebel Report, I'm Alex Wong.
This upcoming season, the Rebel Girls and the company will hope to compete in 3 competitions, including the World of Dance. The company will be an all-male hip-hop competitive team, but you can bet on seeing them work with the Rebel Girls.
Well, the UNLV Rebel Girls and Company are not the only team gearing up for the fall 2017 season. UNLV Palm also held their tryouts back on Sunday, April 30th. Haley Brooks gives us an inside look at Palm tryouts.
With the spring semester coming to a close, that means one thing for UNLV Palm: picking the talent for next season. We got a behind-the-scenes look at the tryout session here at the MPE building, and we really got a glimpse of what it means to be a part of the squad. The ladies auditioning trained for hours learning cheers, chants, and choreography before they faced the judges for the actual tryout. They also had an interview with former POM members to see if they fit what it means to be a part of the squad.
You have to be open, you have to have integrity, you just have to really be committed and focused towards that end goal. Like, we all have that same goal, and you have to be willing and driven to commit and help make that goal come true.
It means to be a part of a family and a team that motivates each other to focus on their health and well-being and just be an all-around good person.
15 to 20 members make the squad each year. You can see the girls perform at women's basketball games, football, and possibly even some baseball games. We learned that being a part of POM is more than just about dancing in front of a crowd. It's about building relationships with one another, being fit, and showing school spirit. For the Rebel Report, I'm Haley Brooks.
And like Haley mentioned, you can catch the new UNLV Pom Squad performing at football games in the upcoming fall semester and at women's basketball games in the spring, along with the Rebel girls and the company, who will also be at football and men's basketball games. Now let's send it back to Haley, who rejoins us for this week's Rebel Report Timeout.
Rebel Report Timeout.
Thanks, guys. If you haven't heard, the first episode of the the first season of the Rebel Report was nominated for an Emmy. So to talk about the Rebel Report and all things great in Las Vegas is our very own executive producer, Jon Castagnino.
Hey, now let's set this up and make sure that we say properly. We kind of had a plan B, and I was plan B today.
Well, you're actually like plan C in my head.
Yeah,
but I wrote two sets of different questions for two different people that aren't you.
Yeah. This is true. So great. Real world experience for you. And again, I'm plan C to you, but great setup. I appreciate that. And boy, this interview, I've looked more forward to this interview than any other interview we've ever had on the show.
So you planned this. You wanted to talk to me.
Sure.
So Jon, in all honesty, like it's the third season. It's our last show. It's been a year and a half. This show has been your baby. You've been the only one to teach this class, to do sports journalism at UNLV. How do you feel right now?
Well, we've accomplished a lot, and I was just going back earlier today, to find some bloopers for this episode, which will come up a little bit later. But just to see how each class progresses each semester is awesome to me. And you guys, you still have a lot of growing to do. Now, let's be fair, you have growing to do, but it really is fun to see the progression from, deer in the headlights, really not knowing how to tell a story, to be able to tell a good story and be able to translate a message to the audience and have them understand it. I think that's really rewarding to me. And now that we're in the third semester and we're going to have more and more of our students graduating, I want to see you guys go out and get good jobs in the industry. And that would really be the biggest payoff to me. And I think what you guys have been doing, you'll be able to pull it off.
I think it'll pay us off too, so I'm pretty happy about that too.
Not big money at first, not big money,
no.
But you will get paid off at some point.
Saving for that.
Yeah.
But so with the progression of the show too, like us as students, we've been able to go to events that are huge, like the NFL owners meeting and NASCAR and everything. So from season 1 to now, with like the progression and everything, what's going to be next? Like, are we going to go to Knights games? Are we going to go to Raiders games in 2020?
Yeah, that's the plan, right? I mean, we've established really good relationships with the Knights. And we're just starting to build one with the Raiders. So I think Knights, we're pretty set. I'm confident we'll be there on game days, going out with a camera and fitting right in with the local and the national media out there. And boy, what a great time for you guys to be students out here. I'm insanely jealous, to be honest with you guys. So that, and I don't see why we couldn't, participate with the Raiders. They've been working with us just a little bit so far, but I think that relationship grows. Those are the two big things, right? And I think it's going to, again, pay off. You may not be around for the Raiders, but you should be here for the Knights.
I hope not. That would be 10 years of school for me. I don't plan on being here anymore. I'm already a super senior. But yeah, so going into the summer too, you're going to be teaching a summer class about anchoring and like speaking properly, right?
Yeah, which a lot of you need. Wink, no, kidding. Yeah, it's 448X, news anchoring reporting. We hone in on writing and editing, but there needs to be a class out here to hone in on on-air ability. So it's an experimental class, so we'll see how many sign up for it, but it's really just focusing on on-air presentation, making sure you smile when a show starts instead of looking like somebody shot your dog. That kind of stuff is really important, because jobs are harder to get. The job market is so competitive out there that for you guys to be competitive, again, you've got to know how to present yourself on air.
Right. Is there, before I let you go, because I know we took a lot of time out your day,
I've got more work
for you to be here with us, anything you want to say to your leaving students who have been with you since day one?
They've worked really hard. So Cassie and Luis and who else? Shoot, there's a few of them. Chelsea, that's it, Chelsea. Chelsea is the third one. See, I've been always terrible with names. I'm sorry, okay? Cassie, Luis, Chelsea, they've been here for a while. Chelsea 2 semesters, the other 2 3 semesters. So best of luck to them. They've come a long way, I will say that, and I'm confident that they can go out and they can get good jobs in the industry. And they actually put up with me for 3 semesters, so I'm proud of them for that.
That gives them an A right there.
Absolutely.
All right, well, we're going to send it right back over to the desk with our Emmy-nominated graduating seniors.
I really hope we take a trip next month as a class, me, you, and Jon, and enjoy ourselves one more time.
Definitely. Hopefully we can get that award.
Yeah, hopefully.
Then we can put it on our desk like Jon does. With
and just brag about it.
Right. We can say we're Emmy nominated right now, though. That's still pretty cool.
Yeah,
before we even get our first job.
Yeah, that's definitely cool.
Definitely.
Well, thanks, Haley. There's a lot of things that go behind the scenes of our show, and you may or may not be surprised about them. Everything is as perfect as it seems on your screen.
Yeah, that's right. So in honor of this being our last show of the season, we have compiled all of our best bloopers of the season, and trust us, it was not easy narrowing them down. Well, that's all that we have for you today, and I keep reading your stuff. I'm so sorry. I'm just so excited to keep reading it, get back into this new semester.
Oh God, I know what you mean now. Catch the action live. To catch the action live.
Only expected about 1,500 people to be here, but the fans came in thousands. From the Rebel Report, I'm ARLYNDA Gregory. A couple hundred fans came together to the Welcome to Las Vegas sign as I gathered in the, know what? I quit this. I'm not gonna do it. Thank you. You know, I needed that. I got this now. That's what I needed. No, let's not do that. Jon, thank you for coming. Enjoyed your time. Let's go ahead and run it back to the desk. Oh, look at what? Oh.
I can't wait to tape an interview with you. Great job.
Cassie was just doing this, and I'm like, what?
I don't like that. The things journalists do.
I'm just tired. I know you're going home. Whenever you're ready. January 28th and blah, blah, blah.
The Cincinnati Reds and the 2016 World Series champions, the Chicago Cubs, return. Three, 2. This is the very first Cobalt 400 win for Martin Truex Jr. and the very...
It's not up there. That's not it. From former basketball players to former tennis players. Why did I say basketball first? UNLV Football got better this year as they added a new coach to the roster.
Mexico national team take on Iceland. About 25 tickets were sold. 25?
Hi.
Not even a little. Oh my God.
I can't do it.
Catch me outside.
Check it out. I'll bloopers.
It would literally go.
That was all recorded.
Oh. 1, 2, 3. We are here today with Evan Pantles, and he is going to show us his skills. Okay. We're excited to see what the news.
What time does the show come on television? Sunday.
The first segment, Kyle Busch. Well, I don't know. Any mixed emotions for. Continues to contribute, placing in 7th, finishes in 7th place.
One day I want to be there when it clicks for you, Pam.
I know.
You know, and
Early game. Rivalry.
Well, this is our last show, and this is my last show. This is your last show. So how do you feel about it?
Excited, nervous, ready to be an adult, I guess.
Oh, what do you take out of this show?
Everything. It's just 20 seconds. We have our floor director back here. I don't know. I'm just really excited. I'm so thankful for Jon Castagnino, our producer, for giving us the opportunity to learn what we learned.
Thanks, Jon.
For everyone back here.
Shout out to Steve.
This won't be the last time you see us. You'll see us on commencement floor turning our tassel. Turn your tassel.
All right. Yeah.
There you have it. For the last time, I'm Cassie SOTO.
See you guys
I'm Luis Negrete. And keep up with all these guys next season.
Yeah.